everybody, welcome to Face the Music. As you can see, for those of you who follow my channel, I'm still not back home yet, still on my trip, still in this alternate location, so going to go ahead and do today's episode again as we did yesterday from here. And we'll start off again as we normally do with Album of the Day. Going to get a little creative because I don't have my physical albums with me, but today's Album of the Day is this one right here, Duran Duran's Greatest Hits album. I mean, this album is fantastic. For those of you who are Duran Duran fans, you already know. For those of you who don't really know much about Duran Duran, or maybe you think you don't know, I can guarantee you almost to a certainty that you guys have actually heard some Duran Duran music at some point, whether it be on a movie soundtrack or whether it be, in a grocery store, you heard it over the, loudspeaker, or you heard it somewhere on the radio at some point, at least a snippet of a song. You've probably heard Duran Duran. These guys have been out for a long, long time. This album has some of their greatest, has actually, in my opinion, their greatest songs on there. I mean, two of my favorites, right? Rio and Save a Prayer. Those two songs are two of my favorite all-time Duran Duran songs. But of course, all the others. Hungry Like the Wolf, Is There Something I Should Know, Ordinary World, Come Undone, and then some of my other favorites, New Moon on Monday, Union of the Snake, View to a Kill. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Planet Earth, Girls on Film. I mean, come on. And if you, like I said, if you know about Duran Duran, you already know. And if you're not familiar with them, I mean, these are some great songs. I'm going to be having them on the channel, hopefully in the not-too-distant future. I know I say that a lot about a lot of different artists, but I tell you, it just seems like there's so many great artists and songs up there. It just seems like, I intend to get something out there right now, and it may be a while, but I'll eventually get them out here for sure. But again, this album, Greatest Hits, check it out. Okay? So, now today's episode is going to be a little bit different for me again, because again, it's going to feature an artist that I don't know anything about. Someone recommended, I think I had actually a few recommendations for this particular artist, and I don't know if I'm saying his name correct, Erik Grönwall. I don't know exactly for sure. If you're familiar with this artist, or if you're one of the ones that recommended him to me, then let me know maybe the correct pronunciation, but haven't heard this guy before. But anyways, the song that was recommended to me was his cover of Journey's Faithfully. Now let me just say this about when you cover a song that is a classic, and I'm going to tell you, and you already know this, but Journey's Faithfully, that is a classic song. I mean, it is just super popular. Of course, done originally, and note that I said Journey's song. I didn't say Steve Perry's song. Now, we can get into the whole, a lot of people are tired of the conversation, but it is a conversation that's worth having. It's a conversation that's going to be had regardless of your feelings about it. Steve Perry, Arnel Pineda, what's going on, So, of course, as we all know, Steve Perry originally did this song. Arnel Pineda does a great, he sings it great as well. It's one of those songs, and it's just that way with a lot of artists for me. If you have an original artist, and then you have someone down the line who sings that same song, maybe it became super popular, and you hear someone that sings the same song, you kind of know whether that song, that second song, is a great, fantastic version or not. You always know in the back of your mind that that's not, you always recognize that that's not the original singer. You always know there's a little bit something different about it, and the difference is most likely that it's not the original singer. Now, that being said, Steve Perry, again, for me personally, I'm going to go ahead and say it again. I know some people get tired of hearing it. Still my favorite all-time Journey lead singer. Again, Arnel Pineda, great artist in his own right, great singer. Now, this guy, I don't know anything about him, but they say that he sings very well. That's why he's recommended to me. So, I don't know. I mean, it's going to be kind of different to hear this song, Faithfully, that I know is a Journey song, coming from someone else that is definitely not either Steve Perry or Arnel Pineda. So, we'll see how he does. So, no more talking. I'm going to go ahead and jump right on into it. Here we go. Erik Grönwall, however we say it. I don't know. Again, let me know. But I'm just going to say Erik. This is Erik. Doing his cover of his version of Journey's Faithfully. Very recognizable riff. Love the song.
Highway run into the midnight sun. Wheels go round and round, run my mind.
Pretty good so far, alright.
Restless hearts sleep alone tonight. Sending all my love along the wire. They say that the road ain't no place to start a family.
This is actually very, very good.
Circus life under the big top world. We all need the clowns to make us smile. Through space and time, always another show. Wondering where I am, lost without you. Being apart ain't easy on this love affair. Two strangers learn to fall in love again. I get the joy of rediscovering you. Oh, girl, stand by me. I'm forever yours, faithfully.
Okay. All right. Real good so far. Real good. Very good. He hit it. Yep, he did.
I'm still
And there you have it. Erik Grönwall, I'm not 100% clear, but doesn't matter. Faithfully, doesn't matter. I mean, I know he probably wants his name pronounced correctly, but I'm going to tell you right now, that was great. And I don't say that lightly, and I'll tell you why. Because, again, and I've said this a million times on this channel, when you take on a classic song like that song right there, a great, great love ballad, Faithfully by Journey, and recognizable most by two of the greatest singers out there, Steve Perry and, of course, Arnel Pineda, now the current lead singer of the band. You better do it right. You better do it right, or it's not going to work. And let me tell you, and I don't just say this because someone said, hey, recommend this, artist to you, and I feel like, oh, as a reaction channel, I got to say, oh, I like it, and I'm on the side going, yeah, that was terrible. That was fantastic. That was absolutely great. And there's parts of that song, and maybe any of you who weren't familiar with this artist either, and this was the first time hearing it for you as it was for me, there's parts of that song, especially toward the end, when you get into some of those high registers and some of those high notes and some of those carry that note, let it float like a crooner note, let it float for a while. I was waiting to see how is he going to, hit that? How is he going to get to that? Is he going to do it the way that it was originally done? And, and the cool thing about this song is I could tell that there was parts of it where he did make it his own. He did, change up a couple things here and there, but not so much the point that it detracted from the original version. Because again, that's another thing that bothers me. You can change up an original version of a classic song sometimes to the point where you can screw it up, and it just becomes unrecognizable and it's bad. He didn't do that. There was a couple of changes in there, but nothing to the point of being majorly distracting. And honestly, I feel that if Arnel ever gets sick, it just I can't make it out there tonight. This guy, Erik, could come on stage And I don't know. I haven't heard any of his other music, and I haven't heard any of his other songs of Journey songs. But he could come out there and cover for Arnell fantastically, and it would not be a big major issue. That's not to take anything away from Arnell. Don't get me wrong, but that is to say that this guy. There's plenty of good singers out there. There's plenty of great singers out there. But I think that this was a fantastic cover, and he did it justice. And he stood there, and when he got ready to hit those high notes, he moved back from the mic because that power was just going to overwhelm that microphone if he stood exactly in the same spot. Anyways, I don't know anything about this artist, and I could go and check. A lot of people let me go see a little bit more about this. And again, I haven't heard anything from this individual before. This guy, I don't know any of his stuff. So if you're familiar with this guy and you know anything about his background, where he's from, what other songs he's done that maybe you can recommend to me, drop a note and drop a comment in the box below, in the comment box. Let me know. Give me some ideas, some recommendations, some suggestions, maybe some information about the guy, because I tell you, very, very impressed. Great performance. I really enjoyed that. Hope that you did as well. Okay, wow. That was a great one to get going on today. All right, so, that's it for today's episode. If you're not a subscriber, do me a favor. Reach on over, hit that subscribe button, and join this big family. This is keep all this great music alive together. That was definitely a great song. We want to keep that one alive for sure. Also, if you're interested in any of my previous content, check down below the hashtag Face the Music Reactions, or simply go down to the playlist section and check out through all my previous stuff. I'm sure you'll find some other stuff in there, previous episodes and songs and so forth that you will enjoy as well. Also, give me a like and a share if you don't mind, because I want to try and get this channel up to, right now, I think the number that we're trying to get to is about 5,000. We've been making our way up there slowly but surely, but I want to get up there. Haven't been out there super long in the space, so it's taken me a little bit of a while, but I also am not one of those channels that want to, I don't want to buy my viewers, buy my subscribers, buy that. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to grow organically as much as possible. Your help in getting me there would be greatly, greatly appreciated. Any comments, suggestions, throw them down below. Again, information about this guy, I would love to hear from you. And hopefully we'll get him back out here on the channel in the not too distant future. Okay, that's it. I hope to see you next time right here on Face the Music. Take care.